Hello, everyone, and very good afternoon. So, welcome back again to our today's session, and we are discussing the chapter equations. So, in today's session, we are going to discuss about how to solve the questions based on the linear equations as well as how to start with the quadratic equations. All right. So, welcome everyone, and very good afternoon to all. So, we are live with Poonam, Sejal, Harshita, Dharmendra, and Nishant. So, welcome everyone. Good to see you here once again. So, let us begin our today's session. And the first topic for today is the cross multiplication method. How to apply the cross multiplication method for solving the question based on the linear equations. When we are talking about the two variables, that means there are x and there is y. So we have to find out the value of x as well as the value of y. So how to calculate that using the cross multiplication method? Let's start with that. So now we are having Mr. Salim, Vishnudev, Ritik, Chandan, Sumit, Chetan, Sarita, Nancy, Manmohan, Nikita, Bhumika, Ritu, Harshika. Welcome everyone and very good afternoon. Okay, so we are beginning our first topic as cross multiplication method. Now, for the cross multiplication method, what is our first requirement? We require two equations having two variables. All right, we require two equations having two variables. Now, what is the format of that equation? The basic format is simply a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0, where this a1 is the coefficient of variable x, b1 is the coefficient of y, and c1 is the constant. All these are the coefficients or the constant of the first equation. Similarly, there is second equation as well. A2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. So all these are again the coefficients or the constant for the second equation. Now, when we are having these values, we can apply the cross multiplication method. Now, there is a one trick to apply this cross multiplication method. So first of all, we have to arrange these numbers. We have to arrange these numbers in a particular format. So let's arrange that so that it is easy for us to understand, to learn, and to apply the mathematics. So first of all, we are talking about x, the variable x, how to find the value of x, then how to find the value of y, and then the constant, and then the constant. So for x, we have to write it down. We know that the coefficient of x is denoted by a. The coefficient of x is denoted by a. So skip this a and we are using b and c. So we have to skip the coefficient of x and we have to take the other values. So we are taking b1, b2, c1, c2. All right. For y, we know that b1 and b2 are coefficient, so we have to skip b. So we are taking c and a. We are taking c and a, a1 and a2. And for the constant is denoted by c. So here we have to skip c. So we are taking b, b1 and b2. All right. So this is the main trick to arrange the problem according to cross multiplication. Now what we have to do, we have to just do some cross multiplications. So from where we have to start, we have to start from the left hand, that will b1 c2, b1 c2, and then the opposite b2 c1, b1 c2, and then b2 c1. Just we have to go the cross. So for x we have written b1 c2. In between, we will put the minus sign and b2 c1. So in this way, we can prepare the result. X divided by b1 c2 minus b2 c1. Similarly, for y again, we are doing the cross multiplication. So c1 a2 minus c2 a1. c1 a2 minus c2 a1. And for the constant, simply again what we are doing, A1, B2, and then A2, B1. So we have just done the cross multiplication. Now what we have to do to compute the value of x, just compare x with the constant part. And to compute the value of y, just compare the y portion and the constant portion. So by comparing these, we will get the value of x. Okay, so when we are comparing these two portions, this is x and the other one is constant. On comparing these two, we are getting x equals to b1 c2 minus b2 c1 divided by a1 b2 minus a2 b1. We will get this thing when we are comparing x with the constant. And to find out the value of y, to calculate the value of y, what we have to do, we have to compare again these two. This is y and this is the constant. We have to compare these two. So we will get c1a2 minus c2a1 divided by a1b2 minus a2b1. Just we have to make the comparison and we will get the result of y. All right. Okay, so in this manner, we can calculate the value of x as well as the value of y. So now we are moving towards an example so that we can understand more clearly how to apply this method. So we are given the two equations. The first one, 3x plus 2y plus 17. And the second one, 5x minus 6y minus 9 equal to 0. So just from here, we can see all the coefficients like 3 and 5. These are the coefficient of x. 2 and minus 6 are the coefficient of y. 17 and minus 9 are the constants basically. Now applying this, the above formula, we can do some computations. We can do some cross multiplications. So see, we have done x divided by b1 c2. Now what was b1? b1 is 2 and c2 is minus 9 minus b2 c1 minus b2 c1. So minus 6 multiplied by 17. And we have to compare this with 1 divided by. 1 divided by, since we are comparing with the constant part, so that will be a1 b2 minus a2 b1. So 3 into minus 6 minus 5 multiplied by 2. Okay, so just by solving them, we are getting 8x by 84 equals to 1 by minus 28. 1 by minus 28. So from here, we are getting the value of x as minus 3. The value of x is equal to minus 3. All right. So how we have written the values from this equation? So from this equation, we can clearly see that the coefficient of x is denoted by a. So a1 is 3 and a2 is 5. The coefficient of y, that is b1 is 2 and b2 is minus 6. Similarly, the constant c1 is 17 and c2 is minus 9. All right. So from here, we have taken the values and calculated as x equal to minus 3. Similarly, we can compute the value of y. So for y, we can even apply the formula which we have written above. That is y equal to c1a2 minus c2a1. c1a2 minus c2a1 divided by What we have to divide? We have to divide by simply A1 B2 minus A2 B1. A1 B2 minus A2 B1. Just applying the values here. So 17 multiplied by 5 minus, what is C2? It is minus 9 and A1 is 3. Divided by 3 into minus 6 and minus 5 into 2. So on solving this, what we are getting? 112 and minus 28. So the final result is minus 4. So this is the value of y. So in this manner, we can compute the value of x and y, and this method is known as the cross multiplication method. All right, but what we have to do in our examination, which method we have to use, the substitution method, elimination method, or the cross multiplication method. So when we are concerned about our examination, the best method is to use the options. You have to go by options, and that will be the shortest method, and in the least possible time we will be able to get our result. All right, so we will practice that from our exercise questions. All right. Now, similarly, we are having questions based on 3 variables. Now, 3 variables means we are having x, y, as well as z. So in case of 3 variables, what we have to do? So first of all, there are 3 equations. The first one, then the second one, and the third one. So these are the 3 equations with 3 variables. Now, what we have to do, if we solve by the proper method, what is the method? So first equation and second equation. So when we will solve these 2 equations by elimination method, we will be able to find out, let's say, the equation between x and y. Z will get eliminated and we can find the equation between x and y. Similarly, when we compare second equation and third equation, again we can eliminate one variable, let's say z, and we will find the equation between x and y. We will find the equation between x and y. So these are the equation number 4 and equation number 5. Now what we have to do, we have to solve this equation 4 and 5 to get the value of x and to find the value of y. Now when we find these values, then again we have to substitute these 2 in equation number 1 or 2 or 3 to get the value of z. So this is the proper method, proper lengthy method to solve the equations. But we are having the options in our examination pattern. So it becomes very much easy for us to solve using the options. All right. So we will solve all these questions using options, but this is the method which I have discussed here. All right. So when there are 3 variables with 3 equations, we have to eliminate one variable. So by comparing 1 and 2, we eliminated z. By comparing 2 and 3, we again eliminated z and got the equation between x and y. And after comparing these 2, we can find out the value of x as well as y. All right. But we will solve such question using our method. So now let us try some question first from this exercise. After that, we will go for some more examples. All right. Now, we are having this exercise number 3, exercise number C. The solution of the set of equations is. So here we have to find out the solution. Now, which of the solution is the correct one? So we have read, we already know 3 different methods to solve. One is known as substitution method, second is known as elimination method, and third one is known as cross multiplication method. But all these method will take a bit of steps, few minutes they will take, but it is better to go by options. So let's put the option one by one and get the result. So if we substitute the option number 1 in the first equation, what will happen? The first equation says 3x plus 4y is equal to 7. If we put the option as in place of x we are putting 1 and in place of y we are putting -1. So what is the result? It is -1. That means we are not getting 7. We are not getting 7. So option number A is incorrect. Option number A is incorrect. All right. Then we can try with option number second. If the second option is 1, 1, that is 3 into 1 plus 4 into 1, this gives total 7. Yes, now the equation 1 is getting satisfied. So it is correct. But also we have to check with the second equation as well. So let's substitute this in second equation also. 4 into 1 minus 1, it gives 3, and also we are given 3. So the second is also matching, hence option number B is totally correct. So Petal Davla has given the answer, Karishma, Nishant and Harshita. Yes, you all are correct. Your answer is correct. Yes, some more have also given. That's good. Shikha, then Tamiz, Sujal, Bhumika, Karishma, Prerna, Salim, Sejal, Harshika and Chandan. So each and every one of you is correct. Correct is 1, 1. Good going. Now come on. Answer for the second question. Come on, you can answer. For the second question, again, what we have to do, we have to find the result. So easily, when we see the option, see, the first equation says x by 2 plus y by 3 gives 2. This is the equation. So if we try 3, 2, clearly we can see that it will not give 2 because 3 by 2 and 2 by 3 will not result into 2. The first option is wrong. Second option is the negative value, but we are getting the result as positive value. The second is also straightforward rejected. Now the third option, yes, in place of x we are substituting 2, in place of y also we are putting 3. So 2 by 2 plus 3 by 3 gives 2. So this is correct. Option number C is correct, and we can also check with the second equation as well. So 2 plus 2 into 3, it is giving 8. That means it is also getting verified. So always you have to remember that we have to verify both the equations. Always verify both the equations. Okay. Now similarly, you can try the question number third also. You can try third also. Third is also very much easy. And Nishant has given the answer. Karishma has given. Yash Poddar has also given. Great. Many of you have given now. It's interesting. Interesting, everyone. So correct answer is option number A. Because as soon as we are substituting P by P, Q by Q, it becomes 2. And the equation is getting verified. Similarly, on substituting into second equation, we are also getting the same result. Hence, option A is correct. Option A is correct. Now, you have to be careful while putting in while solving this question number 4, because this is into fraction. So whenever the questions are into fraction, so they are a bit tricky. You have to solve, you have to calculate it very carefully. So come on, guys, you can try the fourth one as well. Try the fourth one as well. Substitute the option and see which one is correct. So what can be done? So 1 by 16x plus 1 by 15y, it is equal to 9 by 20. So let us put that 1 by 16 into 1 by 4 plus 1 by 15 into 1 by 3. Now, if we solve them and cancel, it becomes 1 by 4 and 1 by 5. 1 by 4 plus 1 by 5. So if we take the LCM, we are getting 20 as the LCM and 5 plus 4, that is 9 in the numerator. That means with the help of option number A, equation 1 is getting satisfied. So if equation 1 is getting satisfied, there are 99% chances that second equation will also get satisfied. So we can check with the second equation as well. And after checking, you will find that the equation second is also getting verified. All right. Yes, it is correct. So most of you have given the answers. Shrestha, Salim, Sarita, Ritik, Harimaya Dahal, Rachna, Gopal Krishnan, Sakshi Keshri, Rahul Yadav. Good. Everyone has given. Karishma has given the answer of 5 as well. Okay. So now we are moving a bit forward because all these are similar kind of questions and now we have practiced a lot for these questions. So let us take a different one and now you can try the question number 10. Yes. Now you have to try with the question number 10. The value of x and y satisfying the equation. So again, we have to substitute and check which one is correct. So let's do that. So which one is correct for question number 10? So sometimes we can check our options orally and we can get an idea that this option can be correct or incorrect. Always never try to get the perfect result every time. Just get a rough idea first so that we can calculate it perfectly or we can skip and move to the next option. So if we try for the first option, see what will happen. 3 divided by 3 because we are having 1 plus 2. So 3 by 3 is 1 and 2 by minus 1 becomes minus 2. It will give the negative result. So option A is incorrect. Option A becomes incorrect. Then the second is the negative 1 and we will again get the negative result. So second is also incorrect. Third one, 1 and half. So 1 plus half is 1.5. So 3 divided by 1.5 gives 2. And 2 divided by 1 minus half is 0.5. It will give us 4. So 2 plus 4 becomes 6 and it is not equal to 3. Hence third option is also incorrect. Third one is also incorrect. But if we try the last one, that is 2, 1. 2, 1. Then it is 3 divided by 2 plus 1 plus 2 divided by 2 minus 1. So it will give 1 plus 2, that is 3. Now the equation is getting satisfied. Hence the option number D is perfect. Option number D is correct. Great. So everyone has given the answer. Nice. So now we have done the exercise number C. Moving towards exercise number D. Now we are starting with 3 variable questions. When 3 variables, that is X, Y, and Z are given. So let us practice 3 variable questions. So starting with question number 3. Let us begin with question number 3. So X by 4 equal to Y by 3 equal to Z by 2. Now all these are equal. Now clearly we can see which option will be correct, since we know that all these are having equal to in between. All these are having equal to in between, and the first option says put 4 in place of x, put 3 in place of y, and put 2 in place of z. So 4 by 4 becomes 1, 3 by 3 becomes 1, and 2 by 2 also becomes 1. That means all are equal. Hence, the equation is getting satisfied with option number A. And also, if we try these options in the second equation, we must get the total as 62. So we can check for that also. 7 into 4 is 28, plus 8 into 3 gives 24, and plus 5 into 2 gives 10. The total makes 62. The total is 62. Sorry. Hence, option number A is correct. All right. Great. So again, most of you have given the answer. Now it's amazing because everyone is doing the question side by side, and these 2 hours are basically a very what we can say a wonderful thought process, because these 2 are all the students from all India are doing the question simultaneously. So everyone, it is a very good going thing. So come on, let's do the question number 4. Question number 4. Come on, let's see who answers first. Yes, Prerna has given the answer. Waiting for others also to answer for the question number 4. So just check by putting the options which one can be correct. So first is 120, 60 and 30. So if we check this first option, let's see what happens. 120 multiplied by 60 divided by 120 plus 60. And let's check how much is coming. So 120 into 60 gives 7200, and then divided by 180, now it gives 40. Now it is giving 40. So is option number A correct? Is option number A correct? No, it is not correct, because we are getting 40 and here the option is given. Here the equation is saying 20. So A is incorrect. Then we can try with other options. So other option is B, C, and D. You can try. Yes, some of you are giving the answers B and some are giving D. So let us check with option number D first. X into Y. So 30 multiplied by 60 divided by 30 plus 60. So how much we are getting? 1800 upon 90. It is giving 20. Yes, it is now correct. It is now correct. So option number D is giving the correct result. Similarly, we can check with Y and Z also. So Y and Z, we have to take 60 and 120. And we have already done the calculation with 60 and 120. It is giving 40. So 40 is also getting matched. Hence, option number D is correct. Option number D is correct. Great. Now you have to try the question number 6. Let us try the question number 6. 1/3 of x plus y plus 2z equals 21. Then 3x minus half y plus z gives 65, and then x plus half of x plus y minus z gives 38. So these are the three equations in question number 6, and we have to find the correct option. Come on. Now you can try this. So many of you have given the answer for 5 as well. Good going. Because in examination, speed matters a lot. There are overall 100 questions in total, and we have to solve them overall in 200 minutes, because 20 minutes sometimes goes for reading, planning, marking, filling the OMR sheets. So 20 minutes vanishes. So on an average, we are having only single minute. Some questions are long, some are short, some are average. So overall, we have to maintain our speed. So now what is your speed right now? You have to maintain such kind of speed in your examination, and you will be able to solve each and every question very, very attentively. All right. So now let's see who have answered the question number 6. Okay, Rahul, Khushi Gupta, Nimish Agarwal, Chandan, Nishant, Sejal, Karishma, Prema, Sakshi, Stuti, Sujal, and Rahul. Everyone has given the answers. Okay, Prema has given the answers for 5 to 10. Great. So Prema is super fast. Okay, so let's check the question number 6. So the correct answer everybody has given is option number C. So everybody is giving option number C. So let me check randomly. If I check the first equation, it says 1 by 3, then 24 plus 9 plus 2 of z, that is 2 into 5. Now what is the result we are getting? 24 plus 9 is 33, and 33 by 3 gives 11, plus 10, it is 21. So it is getting matched, hence option number C is correct. So all of you have given the correct answer. So now we have done the variety of 2 variables, 3 variable, and in the first session we have done 1 variable as well. So we are familiar now with all kind of the questions with the single equation. All right, with the what we can say, we are familiar with the linear equations. Now we have to do some problems. We have to do some problems based on the linear equation. So let us try some of the word problems from here. If the numerator of a fraction is increased by 2, if the numerator of a fraction is increased by 2 and the denominator by 1, so we are increasing both numerator as well as denominator, it becomes 1. Now the most important thing is always read statement by statement and make the understanding. Okay, and make the understanding. So according to this first statement, we have understood that there are two figures. One is numerator and second one is denominator. And we are increasing the numerator by 2 and denominator by 1. And when we are increasing them, then the number is equal to 1. Then the number is equal to 1. So what we can do, we can take the numerator as x and we can take the denominator as y. So x upon y becomes the fraction. X upon y becomes the fraction. And when we are adding 2 in numerator and adding 1 in denominator, the result is equal to 1. So this becomes our first equation. So it is very much easy to form the equation. Just read statement by statement and apply. Okay. Now, again, if numerator is decreased by 4 and denominator by 2, now this time we are decreasing. So let's decrease x by y, and we are decreasing. So minus 4 and minus 2. It is equal to 1 by 2. it is equal to 1 by 2. Then we have to find out the fraction. That means we have to find out the value, because originally we have assumed the fraction as x by y. So we have to calculate the value of x by y. So what we can do, we can solve these two equations and get the result. So when we are talking about the first equation, we can do the cross multiplication and simplify. So x plus 2 equal to y plus 1. So it simply gives x minus y equal to minus 1. This is the equation number first. And when we do the cross multiplication for second, it becomes 2x minus 8 equal to y minus 2. So 2x minus y equal to 6. So this is the equation number second. Equation number second. All right. Now we can solve these two equations. Now, if we don't want to solve by using option, then we can use the elimination method, substitution method, whichever we like. So let us do that. X minus y equal to minus 1. This is the first equation, and this one is second equation. So clearly we can see that y is having the same coefficient, so we can easily eliminate the value of y. So let's subtract them. For subtraction, we have to change the sign. So we have changed the sign. Y is getting cancelled. So final result is minus x is equal to minus 7. That means we are getting x is equal to 7. X is equal to 7. Now we can substitute the value of x in equation number first. Okay. We are substituting the value of x in equation number first. So 7 minus y is equal to minus 1. From this equation, we have substituted. So 7 plus 1 is equal to y. Hence, y is equal to 8. The value of y is equal to 8. This is the result. All right. So let me repeat once again. So whenever this kind of question is coming, and also this question is very much important for our examinations also, because in our examination, many a times such questions appears. So it is very much important and easy as well. Just go by a statement. So according to this statement, we have made this first equation, increasing both the numerator and denominator, we are getting 1. Decreasing both the numerator and denominator, we are getting half. And then we have done the cross multiplication and got this first equation and second equation. After getting these two equations, we have simply done the elimination. So how it was done, since y is having minus 1 as the coefficient, in second equation also, y is having minus 1 as the coefficient. So since coefficients are same, we can easily cancel them and got the result of x. And by substituting, we computed the result of y as well. All right. So now we have got the value of x and y. So our fraction was x by y. Hence, it is 7 by 8. The required fraction is 7 upon 8. Okay. Ritik says we can solve this equation by option. Yes, of course, you can solve by option, and always an examination go by options, because that will be more convenient, more time saving for you. All right. Manmohan Lahuti says, I feel like we are not studying for CA because math is getting so easy. That's great. That's good. Great. Okay, so we have done the illustration number first. Now, let us move towards the second one. Let us understand the question in detail first. The age of a man is 3 times the sum of ages of his 2 sons, and 5 years hence his age will be double the sum of their ages. Then find the present age. Now, first of all, we have to prepare an equation for the first statement. The first one says age of man is 3 times the sum of age of his 2 sons. Now, if we let the age of man as x, so let the age of man be x years, and let the sum of age of his 2 sons, sum of age of 2 sons be y years. So we are given that the age of men is equal to 3 times of the sum of his son's age. So y is the sum, and we are multiplying the sum with 3. So age of this man is equal to 3 times of the age of their son. Okay. All right. So this is the first equation. Now, according to the second statement, let's see what it says. 5 year hence. That means after 5 years. So after 5 years, what will happen? Age of men will become x plus 5. And age of son will become, since y is the sum of the age of 2 sons, so their age will increase by, the first son will increase by 5 years, second son will also increase by 5 years. So overall, the sum of their son's age will increase by 10 years. Now, what is the relation? The man is again the double. The age of man will be double, that is 2 times of the sum. 2 times of the sum. So we can simplify this and get the equation. 2y plus 20. So now how much we are getting? We are getting the equation, or simply what we can do, we can substitute the value of x. In place of x, we can put 3y. So 3y plus 5 equal to 2y plus 20. So we are simply getting y is equal to 15. The value of y is 15. Y is the sum of their son's age. So y is the sum of son's age. And when we talk about the age of man, that is x. So x is equal to 3 times of y. So 3 multiplied by 15, we are getting 45. 3 multiplied by 15, we are getting 45. The age of man becomes 45. All right. Ms. Akshaya Road says, while solving word problem, which options to consider? See, in these illustrations, options are not given, but when we will do the exercise, such options will be available. So we will do the exercise questions with the help of options. Okay, so actually we are doing both the methods. When we are doing the illustrations, when we are doing the examples, we are doing the detailed method, the complete method. And when we are doing the exercise, we are applying the short tricks, that is the options method. Okay, so in this manner, we are covering both the techniques, the detailed one as well as the short one. All right. So we will understand there how to apply the options in case of word problems. Now we are having the question number 3rd, illustration number 3rd. It says a number consists of 3 digits. a number consists of 3 digits, of which the middle one is 0. The middle number is 0. And the sum of other digit is 9. The sum of other digit is 9. The number formed by interchanging the first and third digit is more than the original number by 297. Then find out the number. So now, according to this question, there is a 3-digit number. And of this 3-digit number, the middle number is known to us. The middle number is 0. Middle number is 0. And we are given the sum of other two numbers. The sum of other two numbers is 9. Let's say if the first number is 4, then other number will be 5. If the first number is 3, then other number will be 9. If the first number is 2, the other number will be 7, and so on. Because the sum of the first and last digit is 9. First and last digit is 9. All right. So it can be 4, then 5, 3 or 6, 2 or 7, 1 or 8. It can be any combination. So this is the given situation. So the middle number is known to us, but the corner numbers are not known to us, but we are given the sum. Okay. Now we are also given the second hint as well. The second hint says if we interchange the digits, then the difference is of 297. Let's say if we are talking about this 405, the interchange number will become 504. If the number is 306 and we interchange the number, it will become 603. If the number is 207, if we interchange, it becomes 702 and so on. Okay. So now there are two methods to solve this question. One is by using the detailed method and second one is by using the options. So we are solving this one by detailed method, and in the exercise we will solve similar question by using options. Okay. So now let's prepare the equation. So what we can do, we can take the number, let the number be 100x plus y. And the second equation says like the sum of x and y, is equal to 9. Okay. So overall, what we can see, these are the two main conditions. And accordingly we have to simplify them. So as we have assumed the equation as 100x plus y, it is 100x plus y, and the second equals to 9. So now the difference between them, if we interchange the number, the question says if we interchange, that means it will become 100y plus x. Then the difference is of 297. Difference between them is 297. So let's apply this. This 100y plus x minus 100x plus y gives 297. So it will give 99x and 99y equal to 297. Or what we can say, if we take minus 99 as common, it will become x minus y equal to 297. So we will get x minus y equal to minus 3. X minus y equal to minus 3. Now we can say there are two simple equations. The first equation was the sum of x and y is 9, and secondly x minus y equal to minus 3. So let's simplify them. So x plus y equal to 9 and x minus y equal to -3. We can solve them. Y will get cancelled. So 2x is equal to 6. X equal to, we are getting 3. So we have got the x as 3. And when we substitute here, we will get the value of y. So 3 plus y is equal to 9. So y will be equal to 6. So we have got the value of y as 6. So what will be the number? Hence, the number is equal to 100x plus y. So 100 into 3 plus 6. So 306 is the required number. 306 is the required number. Okay. Now there are some questions in the comment box, and I was waiting for those questions eagerly because most of the questions are based on this one, like why we have written 100x plus y for the number. Okay. So let's see. We already know that the middle number is 0. The middle number is 0. That is why, and also the question is saying it is a 3-digit number. So whenever there is a 3-digit number, so we have to apply the place value system. Units place, 100 place, 10th place, and then the 100th place. Now since the 10th place is 0, 10th place is 0. So because of that, we have done 100 multiplied by a number x, plus for unit place, we have taken that number as y. Okay, so just because of that, 100 into 3 becomes 300. And we can add the single digit y to get the total of 306. So since the middle number is 0, that is why we have taken 100x plus y. Okay, otherwise it would not be the case. All right. Now of course, we are having different method as well, that is the short method as well, in which we can try the options. Let's say if there are options in these questions, the first option says 306, second option says 405, third option says 702, and D option says none. If let's say these are the options, then how to verify from the options? How to verify from the options? So first of all, we have to see the first condition. The first condition says middle number is 0. So middle is 0 in each and every option. Okay. Second condition says the total of the first and third number should be 9. So 3 plus 6 is 9. 4 plus 5 is 9, 7 plus 2 is 9. So in all the three cases, the sum is also 9. That means the second condition is also getting satisfied. Now we are talking about the third condition. What is the third condition? If we reverse the number. If we reverse the number, the difference is 297. So if we reverse the number 306, it will become 603. And now we have to find out the difference. The difference is 297. The difference is clearly 297. So only this first option will satisfy this condition. Because when we talk about the second one, 504 minus 405, the difference is 99. So it is not getting satisfied. Similarly, the third one, 702 and 207, the difference is much higher. Hence, the option number A becomes correct. Okay. So Ms. Gitika says, why we have taken only 100? Because we are having 3 digits. That is why we have taken 100. If there were 4 digits, then we have to take 1000. All right. So just because of 3 digits, we have taken 100. That is 3 digits. All right, Gitika. So now we have understood there are two methods, that is one the detailed and second one is option. But in order to save the time, we have to use the options. Okay. So now here comes the exercise number E. So before starting this exercise, let us take a small break of 5 minutes and we will come back and start this exercise. Okay. So let's have a small break. Let us begin with this exercise, that is exercise number E. So now here there are again some of the word problems, and we can solve all these word problems with the help of the short tricks or the options. All right. So now let us start with the first question. Monthly income of two persons are in the ratio of 4:5. This is the given ratio. And their monthly expenses are in the ratio of 7:9. This is the ratio of expense. If each saves rupees 50 per month, 50 is the saving, then find their monthly income. So what we have to calculate the monthly income. So clearly we can see that according to first statement, the ratio of income is 4:5. The ratio is 4:5. All right. So which of the following option is having the income as 4:5? First is 5:4, incorrect. Second one is having 400 and 500, that is 4:5. Third one is wrong ratio. Fourth is also the wrong ratio. Hence the option number B is correct. Yes, Shruti has given the answer. Sejal, Salim, Petalba, everyone is correct. Bhumika is also correct. Yes. Now the second one. Find the fraction. Yes. Now, again, what we have to do, we have to find the fraction which is equal to half. The fraction is equal to half when both its numerator and denominator are increased by 2, when we are increasing both of them by 2. It is equal to 3/4 when both are increased by 12. So if we are increasing by 2, it becomes 1/2. When we are increasing by 12, it becomes 3/4. So let's try on this option. So the first option is 3/8. If we add 2, it becomes 5/10. It becomes 5/10. Okay. So is this option correct or not? Correct or not? According to this, first condition is getting satisfied. That means we are getting 1/2. But also check the second one. If we are increasing by 12, 3 plus 12 upon 8 plus 12. Now this time we are getting 15/20. We are getting 15/20, that is 3/4. Yes, second condition is also getting satisfied. Hence, the correct option is option number A. For second, the correct answer is A. Yes, most of you have given the answers. Good going. Harshita, Anchal, Khushi, Stuti, Karishma, Kaushik, Sakshi, Chetan, Pushpa, Khushi Thakur. Great. Shiksha Chaudhary, Nancy, Khushi Gupta, Ritu Pandey, everyone. So everyone is correct. So by seeing your comments, I'm like having the feeling that all like questions from these chapters, you will do 100% correct, because you have given answers for the first chapter, ratio and proportion, then indices, logarithm, and now the equations. So you have given all the answers correctly. So follow these same steps in exam and you will get great marks. All right. Now, moving towards question number 3. The age of a person is twice the sum of age of his 2 sons. 5 years ago, his age was thrice the sum of their ages. Then find the present age. So again, you can do this with the help of option. What the question says, the age of person is twice the sum of the age of his 2 sons. Now here, either you can make the equation or you can try by thinking with the help of options. So it says age of person is twice, that is double. If the person is X, his age is double, 2 times of what? of the sum of age of his two sons. Y is the sum of the age of his two sons. And 5 years ago, that means 5 years before, x minus y, and the age of the two, that will be y minus 5 and minus 5, because the age of both of the son will reduce by 5. Then it was the thrice ratio, that is the 3 times. Then find his present age. Then how to find the present age? Now you can have a understanding, like if we are taking the option A, like 60 years. If we are thinking of 60 years, that means 60 is the age of a person. And his age is twice. This is the age of person. Then the sum of son's age will be half, because he is twice. So sum of their son's age is half. Now 5 years back, the age of the person will be 55, and 5 years back these will become 20, because minus 5 and minus 5 for both the sons, it will become 20. But now the ratio is not 3 times. Hence this option number first is incorrect. First is incorrect. Now we can try with other options as well. Now 52 and 51 are bit like odd kind of numbers. We can take 50 first, because there are more chances that 50 might solve all the conditions. All right. So we will try with the 50. So 50, if it is the age of person, then the sum of son's age will be half according to this. That is 25. Now 5 years back, what will happen? 45. And again 5 years back, it will be 50. Now we can check the relation. The relation is 3 times. Yes, now the relation is 3 times. So since it is 3 times, the second condition is also getting satisfied. The second condition is getting satisfied. So hence option number D is correct. Option number D is correct. So we have done this with the help of options, or you can solve this with the help of equations as well. So both the methods are available. You can do by any of the method. Okay. So this is the third one. Now we are starting with the next one, that is fourth one. A number between 10 and 100. There is a number which is between 10 and 100 and is 5 times the sum of its digits. This number is 5 times the sum of its digits. If 9 is added to it, the digits are getting reversed, then find the number. Okay. So now, what is the first condition? The first condition says there is a number which is between 10 and 100. Now we can see all the options are between 10 and 100. So this first condition is satisfied by all. This first condition is satisfied by all. Let us check with the second one. If we add the digits of the numbers, and multiply by 5, if we add, so it says it is 5 times the sum of its digits. Let's say 5 and 4. So if we add 5 plus 4, it becomes 9. 9 multiplied by 5 is 45, but the number is 54. So option number A is not getting satisfied. Okay, so it says if you add the number and multiply it by 5, it will result into the same number, but the number is not same. Then we can try with 53 as well. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 into 5 is 40. So it is not getting matched with 53. But now if we try with option number C, that is 45. So 4 plus 5, it becomes 9. And when we are multiplying it with 5, that when we are doing it 5 times, the number is becoming 45, and hence the condition is very well satisfied. Now the condition is getting satisfied. Okay. So this is option number C, which is correct. Yes, all of you have given the answers. That's great. Shakshi Kesu says, module questions is sufficient for exams. Yes, in module, questions are given in big quantity in many of the chapters. So if you try solving all these questions, it will be very much sufficient for you. And also, if possible, you can go for some past exam papers and past mock test papers as well. So it will cover a lot of variety, and that will be sufficient for us. Okay. Now the fifth one. The wages of 8 men and 6 boys amounts to rupees 33. This is the first condition. There are 8 men and 6 boys, and their total of wages is 33. This is the first condition. Second says, if 4 men earn 4.5 more than 5 boys, that means we are comparing the earnings. We are comparing the earnings of 4 men and 5 boys. These are 4 men and 5 boys. And when we are comparing the earning, it says 4 men are earning greater. How much greater? That is 4.5 rupees greater they are earning as compared to the 5 boys. As compared to 5 boys. So what we have to determine, we have to determine like what are their wages, what is the wages of men and what is the wages of boy. Okay. So simply we can go by options. Now see, when we are checking the first option, the first one says 1.5, 3. So clearly we see that the earning of men, the wages of men will be more as compared to boys. The first option will be rejected. Second is 3, 1.5. Now we can check this condition because the wage of men is more as compared to boy. So 8 multiplied by 3 plus 1.5 into 6. So if we multiply them, we are getting 24 plus 9, that is 33 rupees. So condition number 1 is getting satisfied. Condition number 1 is satisfied. Also, let us check the second condition. Second says 4 men earning. So 4 into 3. 4 into 3, that is 12 rupees. Minus what we are doing, 5 into 1.5, that becomes 7.5. This difference is coming as 4.50. Yes, now the difference is also getting matched. That means both the conditions are satisfied. And when both the conditions are getting satisfied, this option number B is absolutely correct. This is absolutely correct. Okay. All right, great. Okay, Miss Balasan Janlakshmi says, can you please explain question number 4 once again? Okay, so let me revise this question number 4. Okay. So I'm revising you this question number 4. Now, 4 says a number is between 10 and 100. So we have to see the option, which options are between 10 and 100. So when we check, all the options are between 10 and 100. That means this condition is satisfied by all. Now, the number is 5 times the sum of its digits. That means number is having 5 times. Like 5 and 4, 54 is the number. If we add them, 5 plus 4, it becomes 9. It becomes 9. And we have to do it's 5 times. The question says 5 times of the sum. So 9 into 5 is 45. But here the number is 54. So it is not getting matched. When we check the second option, 53. So 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 into 5 is 40. So 40 is also not getting matched. All right. When we check the third one, that is 45. 45. So 4 plus 5, 4 plus 5 becomes 9. And 9 into 5, 9 into 5 is exactly 45. Hence, option number C is correct. Okay. So what we have to do, we have to find out the sum first and multiply the sum with 5. If the number is same, that means that option is absolutely correct. Okay. Okay. Then Yash Pada says, please take my name. Yes, Yash, you are going good and you are giving the answers for each and every question. That's great. Dharmendra says, do questions come from outside book as well? See, the questions are not coming from any kind of a book. The questions are based on all the chapters, all the concept which is into our syllabus. So whenever the questions are framed, they are framed with some different values. Some language might be changes as well, and just those questions are framed by the experts, by the teachers, not from like a particular book. Okay, so you have to just go through the study material given by ICI, and that is very much relevant for our examinations. Okay. Manmohan Lauti says, can we do additional question bank? Yes, of course, you can solve the additional question bank as well. So all these questions are very much sufficient for us. Okay. Om Nandineshwar says, why not 54 is correct? Because when we are adding 5 plus 4, it is 9. And 9 multiplied by 5 is 45. So it is not getting matched. That is why option number A, 54, is incorrect. All right. Okay. Now, similar question is question number 6. Now you can try the sixth one and get the result. It is exactly similar to question number 4. So it says a number consisting of 2 digits is 4 times the sum of its digit. Now we have to multiply with 4 because it is 4 times. And if we add 27, then the digits are reversed. Digits are reversed, then find the number. So if we do 63, 6 plus 3 is 9, and 4 times of 9 is 36 and not 63. And not 63. So option number A is incorrect. 3 plus 5 is 8. Now 4 times of 8 is 32 and here it is 35. Not getting matched. Third one, 36. 3 plus 6 is 9. 3 plus 6 is 9 and 4 times of 9 is 36. So this time the condition is getting verified. And if we reverse the number, it becomes 63. It becomes 63. So 63 minus 36. The difference is 27. So the second condition is also getting verified. Second condition is also getting verified. All right. So hence option number C is correct. Yes, most of you have given the answers. That is option number C, 36. Okay. Nancy says, do you check papers, exam papers? See, we do all those activities which is given by ICI. So of course, we take lectures and we do lot many things as given by ICI. All right. So that is why I'm able to explain you each and everything so that you can prepare according to that. Bhumika says, when will the module for June 2022 uploaded on the portal? See, the current module which is updated, that is basically for June 2022 only. It is the latest one, and there is no changes in the course as well. So it is the latest one only, and this is for your examination as well. Okay, so no need to worry. It is well updated. Now, let's come towards the next one, that is question number 7. It says, of two numbers, 1/5 of the greater is equal to 1/3 of the smaller, and their sum is 16, then the numbers are. So again, there are two conditions. The first condition is, of the two numbers, find the 1/5 of the greater number and find 1/3 of the smaller number. And these two must be equal. These two must be equal. And also, the sum between them is 16. The sum between them is 16. Then we have to find out the numbers. Okay, so let us do this. So by checking the first option, which is the greater number, that is 10, if we find the 1/5, so 1/5 of 10 is 2. The smaller one is 6. So 1/3 of 6 is also 2. So now we can clearly see that this 2 and this 2 both are equal. Now, since both of them are equal, this first condition is satisfied. And also the second condition, that is 10 plus 6 is equal to 16. So both the conditions are verified. Hence, option number A is correct. Option number A is correct. Okay. Now there is one more demand of question number 5. So let me explain question number 5 once again. Now see, the question number 5 says, there are two categories. First category is men and second category is boys. Okay, there are two categories. One category is men and second one is boys. Now, how many men are available? 8 men are there. And how many boys are there? Number of boys are 6. And when we add their earning, the total earning of men plus total earning of boys, it is equal to 33. Okay, so earning of men plus earning of boys, it is equal to 33. This is given. This is basically the first condition. The second says, the 4 men earn. If 4 men earn rupees 4.5 more than the 5 boys. Okay, so now there is a group of 4 men. And here there is a group of 5 boys. Now 4 persons are earning more as compared to 5 boys. That means the earning per man will be higher. Earning per man will be higher as compared to boys. Now, what is the total difference in their earnings? So the question says there is a difference of 4.5 rupees. There is a difference of 4.5 rupees between the earning of 4 men and 5 boys. Okay, so this one is the second condition. Now we have to check which of the option is correct. So the first option says the earning of men is 1.5 and earning of boys is 3. So this can be rejected because from the second condition, we clearly see that men are earning more. Men are earning more as compared to boys. The first option is wrong. Now we have to check the second one. Check the second one, that is the earning of men is rupees 3 per person. So 4 into 3. When we are talking about 4 men, it is 4 into 3, that is 12. And 1.5 for the boys. So 5 multiplied by 1.5, it is 7.5. And now we can check the difference. The difference is clearly 4.5. That means second condition is getting verified. Second is getting verified. Also, if we check about the first condition, check the first condition, that is 8 men are there. 8 men multiplied by 3 rupees, it becomes 24 rupees wages. And 6 boys multiplied by 1.5, that means 9 rupees is their wages. After adding, we are getting 33 rupees. So this first condition is getting verified. Hence, option number B is correct. Okay. All right. Yes. Gopal Krishnan says, any smarter option to save some more time in lieu of going in order A, B, C, D, or any kind of shortcut? Yes, it basically depends on our calculative speed. If we are a bit thorough in our calculations, if we have like knowledge of the tables up to 20, 25, and even we can do some fast calculations orally. So just by looking at the conditions, we can pick the correct option accordingly. So it will automatically correlated if we know some fast calculations. Okay, so it basically depends on our mind calculations only. So there is not a particular method like which should be followed for the selection of option, but it is our tricks, it is our mental calculation which help us to pick the correct option. All right. Okay, now there are some general doubts. Somebody is asking about matrices. Who's this? Manisha. Okay. Manisha is asking, matrices are coming in exam. See, always you have to see the announcement section on the ICI portal. And that announcement section says like matrices, determinants, syllogism, and time series. These chapters are not in our syllabus. These chapters are not in our syllabus. Which one? Matrices and determinants from mathematics, syllogism in logical reasoning, and time series in statistics. All these 4 chapters are now not in our syllabus. So you don't have to study those chapters. Om Nandaneshwar is asking, can we use 2 types of colors of pen on the same paper? See, in the same paper, you have to use only the black pen. Other colors are not allowed. Okay? Other colors are not allowed. Okay. So now let's move towards question number 8. Y is older than X by 7 years. That means Y is the big one and X is the younger one. By how much? 7 years. 15 years back, X age was 15 years back, X age was 3/4 of the Y's age. Now their present ages are. So see, there are 2 conditions. First one is Y is elder than X by 7 years. So accordingly, we can choose the option. So clearly we can reject some of the option, like option B is rejected because it says X is greater. Okay. Now from the remaining A, C, and D, we have to choose which one is correct. Now all of the three are having the difference of 7 as well. Difference of 7, difference of 7, and difference of 7. Now let us check the second condition. If we talk about the first option, like 15 years back, 15 years back, that means we have to subtract 15 from both of them. So 36 minus 15, it becomes, 36 minus 15, it becomes 21. And 43 minus 15, it becomes 28. Now, is the fraction coming 3/4? Yes, it is 3/4. Hence, the option number A is satisfying both the condition. So A is the correct answer. A is the correct answer. All right. Now the next one. The sum of the digits in a 3-digit number is 12. Now again, we are talking about the 3-digit number, and the sum of the 3-digit is equal to 12. If the digits are reversed, if we reverse the digits, the number is getting increased by 495. 495. But reversing only of the tens and units digit increases by 36. Then the number is okay. So now this is the condition. How to check that? So first of all, the condition is 12. The sum of the digit must be 12. So which of the options are having sum 12? So we can see all of the options are having 3, 2, and 7. And sum of 3, 2, and 7 is 12. So this first condition is getting satisfied by each and every option. Each and every option is satisfying this first condition. Now, if the digits are reversed, so let us reverse the digit and find the difference. When we talk about the first one, the number is 327. And if we reverse, it becomes 723. Now check the difference. So let us check the difference. 723 minus 327. It comes as 396. So first option is wrong. Now let us check the second one. 372. 372, and its reverse is 273. Clearly, the difference is not 495. The third one, 237 and 732. So let us find again 732 minus 237. Now this time we are getting the difference as 495. So now option number C is satisfying this condition. And also there is one more condition which says, like, if only reversing the tens and the unit digit increases the number by 36. So if we are only reversing 3 and 7, these two numbers, if we are reversing, the difference is 36. So the number is 37 and 73. So what will be the difference? So what will be the difference? 73 minus 37, it will give 36. So third condition is also getting satisfied. Hence, option number C is correct. Okay. So correct option is C. So now we have done a lot of questions based on this word